Have you ever questioned whether living in a nursing home is the best option? The idea of entering a nursing home causes anxiety in many people between the ages of 60 and 85. Yid frequently feels like a loss of control. One last chapter completed before you're prepared to turn the page. Here's the reality, though. Nowadays, there are other options besides nursing homes. Actually, a growing number of seniors are selecting new avenues that are safer, more rewarding, more respectful, and more in line with their true desires. We will discuss 7 alternatives to nursing homes in this video. Choices that represent the most recent developments in older individuals' decisions to age with respect, autonomy, and assistance. These are not merely conjectures. By the end of this film, you could have made a decision that feels right for you or someone you care about. These are actual decisions that people are making today. Stay tuned to the very end because what you hear could change your perspective on the future and offer you more power than you ever imagined. These concepts range from straightforward to unexpected, but they are all aimed at assisting you in living your life as you see fit. Additionally, I advise you to turn on the bell and subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss any videos. We provide you with useful, powerful knowledge that is tailored to this time of life. You deserve choices, and you're going to get just that. First, receiving in-home care while remaining in your own house. Simply remaining in your familiar and beloved home with the proper support system in place is one of the most significant decisions you can make as you age. Many seniors are using in-home care because they want to live well, not because they can't live alone. The goal is to maintain their independence while improving it with just enough assistance to keep things manageable. This type of care can range from assistance with light housework and cooking to more personal care tasks like bathing, dressing, and taking prescription drugs on schedule. The ability to relax in their favorite chair, water their own plants, and sleep in their own bed is crucial for many older folks. It's about control and familiarity, not luxury, and these factors can significantly alter one's mood, mental acuity, and general well-being. The psychological effects of remaining in your own house are significant. According to studies, elderly people who age in place typically have better cognitive function and experience. Depressive episodes are lower than those who enter institutional settings. This is about the heart and brain, not just routine. Understanding what is genuine, reassuring, and safe. Consider Margaret, 78. Her knees aren't as strong as they once were, and she occasionally forgets to take her medicine, but she's doing well thanks to a house helper who comes in 5 days a week for a few hours. Every Sunday, she visits her neighbor for coffee and continues to complete her own crossword puzzles in the morning while observing the birds outside her kitchen window. She didn't require a facility. It was rather helpful where she was. The best part is that in-home care may be scaled up or down to meet changing needs. While some begin with only weekly visits, others progressively go to daily assistance. It is adaptable, considerate, and intensely intimate. For many, remaining at home with assistance is more than just a personal choice. It is a means of preserving their sense of self-worth and the little joys that give life meaning. The second is living in a supportive arrangement with family. Seniors living with their adult children is another growing trend, but it's not what you may expect. This is about building a mutually beneficial, supportive relationship, not about sacrificing your independence or being a burden. When multi-generational living is implemented properly, it allows older persons to stay actively involved in their families' lives without feeling reliant or alienated. You may assist with the grandchildren's storytelling or just be a soothing, caring presence that helps maintain harmony in a hectic home. Psychologically speaking, this type of living arrangement can boost a sense of purpose and lessen loneliness. Being among people isn't as important as being needed, heard, and valued, and it counts far more than most people know. Here's the secret, though. This only functions when clear limits, respect, and space are established. When one generation respects the demands of the other, the arrangements are the most successful. You're not moving in to be attended to. Let me tell you about James, who is 81, who was invited by his daughter to live in a converted space above their garage after his wife passed away. He has his own kitchen, schedule, and entrance, but he also gets to eat dinner with the family when he wants, watch his grandson play baseball, and share life without compromising his peace. That was the turning point for James. These agreements can also lessen financial strain on both parties. Living together lowers expenses and occasionally even provides access to tax breaks or government assistance. Beyond the numbers, though, there's a sense of security in knowing that you're not alone in the event of a crisis. Please let me know in the second remark below if you're still watching this video and finding these ideas helpful. Additionally, I advise you to turn on the bell and subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss any videos. Your assistance enables us to keep producing high-quality content to educate and uplift you. Let's proceed now. Third, using smart home changes to age in place. Aging in place, with a little assistance from careful planning and considerate technology, is one of the most powerful alternatives that seniors are choosing over nursing homes. Rearranging your home to work with you rather than against you is more important than staying put out of stubbornness. Stair lift installation is becoming more and more common among older folks. Non-slip flooring, walk-in bathtubs, motion sensor lighting, and grab bars. It's a change in perspective, not because they're giving up, but because they want to continue living freely and safely in their own houses. Aging in place means preparing for change, so you can continue to live your life as you see fit, not ignoring it. Then there is technology. Voice-activated support, video doorbells, medical warning systems, and even automatic medicine. Seniors who use dispensers can live alone and remain safe and connected. These are now tools for dignity rather than luxury goods. Aging psychologically. In situ, preserve your sense of identity, which is a valuable asset. You remain surrounded by your possessions, your past and your sense. You sleep in your own bed. You can get grounded by that kind of continuity, in a manner that no institutional environment could. Following a fall, Linda, 79, renovated her house. After a few weeks, she told me she felt more liberated than she had in years, despite her initial embarrassment that it was a symptom of aging. She could go about her day without doubting herself, get around without seeking assistance, and take a shower without anxiety. Supporting a loved one's decision to age in place may be a lovely gesture of respect for families. It communicates the message: we believe in your strength, we trust you, and we're here to help you live where you feel most like yourself. Although it's not always the simplest road, it's frequently the most significant. Aging in place can restore something that too many older individuals feel is slipping away from them, if done with foresight and assistance. Should we continue? Fourth, multi-generational households with distinct boundaries. Multi-generational living is another option that is becoming more popular, particularly among close-knit families. Now, this isn't the archaic notion of living with your children and acting as their natural housekeeper or babysitter. Here, boundaries are crucial. Living with relatives, when done correctly, can actually improve rather than harm relationships. It provides emotional support, shared tasks, and everyday companionship that are difficult to find in institutional settings. However, in the absence of deliberate structure, it may result in identity loss and resentment fatigue. The best instances I've seen begin with candid discussions. What do people expect? Who is in charge of what? What private area is assured for the elderly and equally significant? Which times and locations are off limits to other people? Consider it cohabitation rather than caregiving. Seniors in these homes frequently assist with small tasks, impart knowledge to grandchildren, or just provide a soothing presence in a hectic setting. They are integrated, not marginalized. After her husband passed away, Mary, 83, moved in with her daughter and son-in-law, but she didn't become a supporting figure in their lives. They included her in family choices, respected her morning routines, and assisted her in setting up a separate suite. She was even appointed as their children's official bedtime storyteller. She claims that she feels needed but unsupported. Not smothered, but psychologically speaking, multi-generational households can give elders a sense of belonging and purpose, but they also require patience, respect, and the humility to acknowledge when something isn't working and needs to be adjusted. This isn't about doing things the old-fashioned way. It's about developing a fresh approach that combines custom with contemporary knowledge of emotional well-being and boundaries. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights useful, please let me know by leaving a comment below. Number 4. Additionally, I advise you to turn on the bell and subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss any videos. Your assistance enables us to keep producing high-quality content that will educate and motivate you. Let's proceed. The top 5 independent living complexes with 24/7 assistance. Many people believe that their only options are to live alone at home or enter a nursing home. But there is a middle ground where independent living communities provide independence with backup that doesn't include babysitting. Older individuals who can largely care for themselves yet desire to live in a community that recognizes and values their stage of life are the target audience for these communities. You typically live alone in a small apartment or cottage, but because someone is checking in with you every hour, you have access to help when you want it. Meals are offered, but they are not required. There are social activities there, and if you need assistance with little medical issues or errands, they are only a phone call away without bothering you. That's what makes it so lovely. Community is the main attraction. One of the silent killers of old age is loneliness. Not because it hurts us right immediately, but because it gradually weakens our sense of happiness, identity, and even immunity. Sharing tales with others who are in the same stage of life might help combat feelings of loneliness. Shared joys and a common goal. Don't be fooled by the term community. These places aren't all the same. Some emphasize nature and well-being. Some focus on creativity and the arts, while others on lifelong learning. In reality, you can choose a location that suits more than just your age. When he was 78, Ron feared retirement. His children lived hours away. After relocating to a neighborhood with a woodworking community, his house began to feel more like a jail than a sanctuary after his wife passed away. Walking trails in the studio and a weekly movie club, he informed me that he hadn't felt this well since he was in his 40s. He still shops for groceries and prepares his own meals, but now he does so after going for a morning stroll with friends and drinking coffee that has been produced by someone else. These communities are becoming more and more popular because they provide seniors with the freedom, dignity, and connection that we have always desired. The change we're witnessing is that more and more seniors are asking where they can live best at this time, rather than settling for where to go when they can't live alone. It's not about giving up control, rather it's about increasing it with a safety net underneath just in case. Sixth place, using smart home technologies to age in place. Remaining in your own house as you age has a hallowed quality. Your memories are stored on the walls, your spouse's original flowers are still blooming in the garden, and everything feels exactly as you want it to. However, the reality is that for many elderly people, being at home used to carry hazards such as falling, forgetting to take their medications, and having a persistent worry about what might happen with no one knowing. Nowadays, aging in place is no longer a risk, thanks to smart home technologies. It's turning into one of the most secure and effective methods to age. And it's not limited to tech experts or the rich. The most recent generation of tools is made to be simple, inexpensive, and silently strong. Now let's discuss fall detection sensors. These aren't the big heavy buttons you used to wear as necklaces. These new devices, which detect motion and notify family members or emergency services if you fall, can be mounted in your walls or ceilings. Just safety, no button pressing required. Silently keeping watch over you. Then there are medicine reminders that can distribute your medications at the precise moment or even speak softly to you over your speakers. Your daughter may receive a text message if you forget, allowing her to check in without bothering you. Falls are decreased by smart lights that activate when you enter the restroom at night, smart refrigerators that alert you when food is ready to expire, and thermostats that prevent you from waking up in a freezing room. It's about strengthening your independence, not replacing it. Harold, 81, is living alone following the death of his wife. His son was anxious that he would remain at home, but after setting up an intelligent hub, the entire family felt at ease, thanks to motion sensors and a medical alert watch. That's actually the crux of it. Harold felt appreciated and not observed. You're regaining your freedom without sacrificing your privacy. You're living with confidence and not just getting by on your own. That's the advantage of utilizing contemporary instruments to keep close to your heart without endangering your safety. If you're still viewing this video and finding these ideas useful, please let me know by leaving a comment below. Number 6. Additionally, I advise you to turn on the bell and subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss any videos. Your assistance enables us to keep producing high-quality content to educate and uplift you. Let's proceed now. Intergenerational living communities rank 7th. Seniors' lifestyle choices are undergoing a quiet revolution, and it has nothing to do with loneliness or quiet hallways. Connection is key. An increasing number of senior citizens are relocating to intergenerational communities, which are neighborhoods designed for genuine interaction and a sense of belonging rather than isolated buildings. The purpose of these communities is to foster interpersonal relationships by providing common areas, meals, and events. Imagine residing in an area where your neighbor may be a college student, a young teacher, or a single mother. Someone who can assist with grocery shopping, share a meal, or simply sit and converse. It's not charity. In exchange, your experiences, knowledge, and presence provide them a sense of stability and value that cannot be replaced. It's mutually beneficial rather than dependent. Consider Joan 76. In exchange for helping her with digital issues, changing light bulbs, and keeping her up to date on music she never realized she enjoyed, she moved to one of these communities in Oregon, where high school students reside in dorm-style living close by. Every Thursday she leads a small poetry circle. She claims that it restores her sense of life. These neighborhoods' layout frequently consists of walking trails, community gardens, activity centers, and libraries. Nothing that stifles conversation, like sterile hallways or sealed doors that keep people apart. This is beneficial for the brain as well as the heart. Research indicates that seniors living in these settings experience slower cognitive decline and report considerably reduced loneliness rates. Additionally, the youth grow more grounded, sympathetic, and aware of the world beyond their phones. This choice isn't related to leaving the world behind, because connection isn't just a luxury in old age, it's a form of medicine, and sometimes the best prescription isn't in a bottle. This way of living might be the answer if you've ever felt like you still have a lot to offer but aren't sure where to put it. It can be heard over a communal dinner table, as laughter. Concluding remarks: you don't have to lose your pride or freedom as you age. Many of us have a silent anxiety of going to a nursing home that we don't frequently express aloud. The routine, the quiet, the sense of being stored rather than being noticed. However, as we've seen today, there are alternative methods. Methods that respect your soul, your decisions, and your life narrative. Co-housing with friends, living close to adult children on your own terms, finding solace in an elderly community, or employing in-home care. Downsizing to the appropriate neighborhood or joining an intergenerational community. No one-size-fits-all solution exists. However, a recurring theme is the desire to maintain control and human connections. You've experienced too much life to just hand over the keys. So consider which of these options best suits your needs. Which one, even simply thinking about it, makes your shoulders drop. Because extending your years isn't the only objective. We appreciate you being here today, and we would want to hear from you. Please leave a comment below with one thing you learned today and how you intend to apply it in your life. Your opinions are valued, so please feel free to share them. Reading your remarks greatly inspires and motivates us. Please like, subscribe, and share this video if you found it entertaining and useful. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you in the next video. Your support enables us to keep producing high-quality material to educate and motivate you.